I'm Jasmine Murray. My success is rooted in my Mississippi education and the ability to read and comprehend. Children who can't read proficiently by the end of 3rd grade may face a difficult future. Literacy is an issue that affects the whole state.
One of the things that we know about reading, particularly in the K through 3 area, is that's when you are learning to read. But then we know that once you kind of hit 3rd grade, moving on, that's when you're reading to learn. So it's very important that we have children that are strong readers when they leave our 3rd grade, because the amount of work that they have that involves reading only increases as they get older.
When children come in and they have had a good pre-K background and they know their letters, they know their sounds, they know their numbers, they're ready to go. They're at the starting gate, they're ready to start connecting those dots in kindergarten. And they're the ones who just sail through and do so well. Then we have children who come in who have never set foot in a classroom. They haven't had the language background, and so when they start school, they're already behind.
If children struggle with literacy through school, they're more likely to drop out before graduation. This affects our whole state, jobs, economic development, our way of life. It's all dependent on a workforce that can read and lead.
And so without that foundation of being able to read, nothing works. You can't be good at math or science if you can't read the math and science book. You can't work at one of our advanced manufacturing facilities if you don't know how to read the instructions, if you can't learn to be able to operate the advanced equipment and robotics technology that we now have.
Today, all children in Mississippi Public Schools must pass a reading test in order to be promoted to the 4th grade. The Mississippi Department of Education has launched the Strong Readers Make Strong Leaders initiative to provide information and help parents and family members prepare their children.
This is a collaborative effort with all of the stakeholders in our state to ensure that everyone knows the importance of their role in students' lives and to ensure that there's a positive impact on students, on their perception of reading, and also the importance of how this translates to their daily lives and how they interact with others in the community.
And one thing that I've found, and this is true across all demographics, when parents spend time with their kids, particularly on making them better readers, making them understand the importance of education, those kids tend to be more and more successful. And the converse is true as well. Kids that grow up in homes where there are no books tend to have a real hard time learning to read, and they tend to have a hard time being successful long term based upon that.
Myself, what I do, I work with my daughter, and then I try to go to the schools primarily. I've been working with mostly the middle schools. I'm there as more or less a mentor or a person in the community that's a professional. And so when they see a professional, they ask you the same questions. They say, well, what did it take for you to get to where you are? So we talk about the fundamentals, reading, writing, arithmetic. One thing we try to project to the kids is that they have to believe in themselves. Regardless of whatever the obstacle is, they can do it. And we just provide the necessary support.
Students' progress in reading is assessed periodically from kindergarten through 3rd grade years. Schools work with parents to develop a course of action should a child need additional help. Together, teachers and parents can help children become successful readers. Their ability to read and understand concepts is vital to their success in the upper grades.
When they come into us in pre-K or K, that's the time you really want to really double down on those that are struggling the most, so that by the time they go through 1st grade and we've really focused on them, we've focused on them in 2nd grade, then we don't need to worry about them reading on grade level by the time they're in grade 3.
I discovered the world through reading. Even as a dyslexic child that was held back in the 3rd grade, I remember as a small boy from Moorhead, Mississippi, the rest of the world became alive when I started reading.
We care about our children. Their success and the success of our state start with them and with you. Join me as we work together to develop strong readers and strong leaders for Mississippi's tomorrow.